I was gonna say, what's going on here, game? Alright, so, as I mentioned, this is a, made by the same people that did Target Earth. This is a sequel to it, and whenever all y'all's is ready, as usual, the traditional Cowboy Bebop countdown. 3, 2, 1, let's jam. I'd say about 10% of this game is mashing through dialogue and such. And as per usual, you are big robots flying around in space, murdering things, because, hey, why not? And there are actually some interesting differences between this and the Japanese version. Namely, they cut out a lot of dialogue and character portraits. Just go with it, right? But anyways, as usual, big robots in space. We'll send you off on a mission, and you have to figure out what it is that you're doing from there. And the funny thing is that there's actually a good amount of, like, precision platforming, if you will, because if you land from too high up onto a platform, there is an animation of you actually kind of sinking into the ground, and, well, not into the ground, but your excessive amount of robotic weight causes you to go, oh, and you can't start dashing. Well, that was junk. I don't know why I did that. And yeah, the name localizations are great. They're truly fantastic. So, hey, who remembers the trick it took me 3 times to do on Target Earth? Get to the end and kill the boss, and only the boss, and get exactly 2,800 points, and that gives me all of the weaponry. Well, that's not what happens here. However, what does happen is, well, there's a reason this is called Napalm %. And that's because space, obviously, is an excellent location to be using napalm. Obviously, clearly, ideally, indubitably, ostensibly? I'm done with trying to make up words. Go get him, Hank, cat. So, if you do what I just did, you get a gun called napalm. Now, I had the Vulcan cannon, which is kind of crap. I have a fist weapon, which is also kind of crap. Yay, fist weapon. And then you saw enough of the Vulcan cannon where you just kind of fire. Napalm is a little bit more effective. Now, I'm trying to not fire it right this second because I want to see if I can pull off a secondary trick because, get to the end of the stage, kill the boss, only the boss, and you get a super weapon. Fun thing is, you can actually upgrade... look, you can... If you do it on this stage, too, you can upgrade the napalm so that it can start bouncing off of walls, because that makes sense. Don't think about that too much. But bouncy napalm it's not mandatory, it's just very helpful. And I'm sorry I'm not going to be able to break those laws of physics for y'all today. I apologize. If anything, it just means I get to do this stage about a half a second faster. Make up for the half a second I lost on the previous stage. Oh, that doesn't hurt at all. Hooray for zero gravity. So, as usual, the vast majority of these stages are run through, find boss, nuke it with napalm. Because if you have access to napalm that works in space, use it. Obviously, use it all the time. Which, I actually used the Vulcan cannon like one more time because it can still bounce off of the ground, and I used that to take out a whole lot of little guys that will be just normal-sized humans that think it's a brilliant idea to roll up on me and try to shoot at me from the ground. And by the way, they're actually extremely dangerous, mostly because they're tiny, but also their shots do the same amount as, like, normals, like, those big giant robots, yeah, it does the same amount of damage. So, I don't know what magnums those frickin' guys on the ground are carrying, but you'll see it. They suck. I don't like it. And I would prefer to not get blown up by them. But that's not until way later. I mean, some of them will be showing up, and I'll just be shooting them in the face. It's how we roll when you have napalm in space. When you have napalm in space, you shoot them in the face. If the glove doesn't fit, something mop? I don't know. Right, yes, so, what are we talking about? So, big, space, base, ace, race, in the face with Mace. And there's, like, a bunch of plot and stuff that happens, but I don't really feel like dealing with any of it. There's cutscenes that I pretty much just avoid, because why not? I'm going to be... Yeah, those little guys. They suck, and I would prefer to not... Oh, wow. Really, game? You're just gonna do me like that? I was gonna try and take the top route because it's marginally faster, but instead the game had other ideas to the tune of, let's nuke him. And if you wanted to, you could just do this stage, like, as intended, but I prefer to do this because it's fun. Or I'll jump into that guy. That's cool, too. Don't get hit by a third one. Okay, I did not, in fact, get hit by the... Well, I'll get hit by that one. Yeah, they have, like, the big, giant, stupid hand cannon damage there. I don't... whatever, man. Just, you know, just go with it. And then, out of nowhere, the base is exploding. Which it's not, but I actually skip a cutscene where you go and talk to the... like the leader of the base, who's directly above you, and as you can see, he then decides to jump into that ship and fly outside. And he says something along the lines of, you know, oh no, the bad guys are here, which, well, yeah, we're the bad guys. So this big giant space station, which is, you know, in a big giant asteroid, he says, alright, so here's what we're gonna do. We don't really feel like dealing with these guys, so we're gonna take the thrusters that are on the top of this thing, and we're gonna aim ourselves towards Earth, and we're gonna turn the boosters on complete full charge blast, whatever. So in 2 minutes, this thing will wind up hitting the Earth. In 2 minutes, he's willing to create an extinction level event because I showed up. Well, after Target Earth, it's probably a good idea. Hey, they got one guy, and he's got a super weapon, and he takes out everything that we have ever. Nope, take out the planet. Just do that. Don't really know what happens to that guy. I just know that we stopped that from happening because why would you allow that to happen? But our character, brilliant that he is, doesn't, like, go to a ship or anything. We're just kind of, alright, oh, right, atmosphere, help! I need help! And then the enemies, because they're smart, oh, let's chase him! What, like, into the atmosphere? Yes! Sir? Why? Because I said so! No, I got that part, but we're gonna die if you... Look, what's... I mean, it's bad enough the atmosphere is slowly killing us, but he's killing us! Who thought this was a good idea? Oh, you did, because you just told us to. And our character, for some odd reason, despite, you know, having just blowed up no idea how many enemies at this point. Well, your ship bails you out, and it takes a bit of a toll, but also, let's go ahead and save this guy. Here's the problem with that. Here's the problem with our being the good guy. A, why would you do it? 2, look what just happened to our ship. Do we need the extra weight? And I'm pretty sure the answer is no. Now, that shuttle back there in the background, that's the bad guys. And what did we do? We just saved one of their guys. So what are they going to do? Oh, they're going to rescue him, because of course they are. And there is a recurring bad guy, whose name I never remember. We'll just call him, Rance. Calls us. Sure, why not? So we send off our guys to go meet their guys, and that doesn't really end up well. One of our guys named Apollo got blowed up by this guy who was just an atmosphere. Oh, Beldark. Yeah, that's a name. So Beldark flies immediately into the napalm that I was casually lobbing into the air because he's a brilliant man who makes brilliant decisions. Such as, let's fall into the, atmosphere and fight the guy. And, oh, this is a terrible decision. Abort. Oh, they saved one of our guys. Let's go fight him again. Oh, he's got napalm again. Abort. And then they just keep putting him in progressively larger and larger robots until, well, there's a final boss. And, well, you'll see him eventually. This is one of the few scenes in the game where, you know, there's no opening dialogue. It pretty much just amounts to, okay, go do stuff. It's kind of like that one stage in Target Earth where they don't really tell you why you, clearly the guy that does all of the work for the military, smashing bases, destroying everything, protecting everything, you're on patrol duty. You know. Why? So this is the, alright, you've done so much good work for us. You're gonna just go take out a shuttle for us. Like, okay. why am I doing this again? Couldn't find anyone, not more qualified, but you couldn't find anyone less decorated. Like, shouldn't I be a general at this point? You know, I mean, it's just, really, come on, man. What the hell? I'm on the wrong gun. What am I doing? Alright. That was dumb of me. I just wanted to turn and aim backwards. I was also going to see if I could somehow survive long enough for that health up to stay on the screen, but it didn't. That's fine. There's one right here. I'll just take that one. So, pretty short stage that just amounts to, alright, so I've done all this. So what do I do now? Oh yeah, there's a shuttle. Oh, okay, I guess I'll go do that then. I really hope I have well, I will have enough life to be able to survive this. Yes, it's just another day in the life of Hank Cat. And remember, we did lose one of our buddies on that previous stage, you know, a guy named Apollo, because, I don't know, why not? So we like to imagine that everything we do from here on out is being guided by the soothful hands and eyes of Apollo. But yeah, so we're just going to chase down this shuttle, because reasons. And I'm actually going to go out of my way to blow up that cannon, because that cannon sucks. You actually can position yourself. I really do say actually. Wait, far too much. I apologize. You can position yourself onto him so he can't really hit you, and then the only danger is those other guys and whatever it is that they're doing. And if you're really worried about your life, you can just shoot them too. But I'm going to not and then run up here, because why not? And that's the stage. Hey! So anyways, what are we talking about over here? I apologize. I can't decide if I'm trying to do Stewie or the Joker. I don't know, I like the way you blow up things in space.
Ah, crap. Alright there, Stewie, I'm definitely taking you off of those meds. Alright, that's it. It's not a good situation for you.
I don't even know. What if your name is Apollo? I have no idea, in which case I'm sorry that you died, but we're doing everything to make it up to you. This stage has the greatest line of dialogue in the Japanese version, which there's supposed to be dialogue right now, but there isn't because, I don't know, they cut it out. It's the whole, we're going to try and sneak in like this, the snowy back area to their base, so don't get caught. So as you can see, I immediately got caught. And even in that version, it's the, alright, we're gonna sneak in, don't get caught. I got caught. Like, oh, dude, come on. You didn't even try. What are you doing to me, man? Why? Here. Oh no. I'm so sorry. It was an okay Joker. I mean, to be fair, if you're doing... I mean, Stewie's obviously just a younger, more spry Mr. Burns. Well, I mean, then, you know, Stewie, who's, you know, a little sarcastic. I mean, he's a baby, but what are you gonna do? And if you just continue to go crazier and crazier, well, now you know where you're at, don't ya? Or something like that. That's right, Stewie is the Joker, is Mr. Burns. This is, I don't know. This is what happens when you don't get enough sleep. Please get more than 2 hours of sleep at night, kids. I'm not saying I didn't get 2 hours of sleep, but I don't know. I'm now randomly doing voices, so we're just gonna go with it. So anyways, we went through the base and we saw some stuff, and that was all dumb, and then the boss is a bunch of cannons. Now,
Not far for you to make it deft up to these guys. You're never gonna catch me. You're wasting your time.
yeah, that guy. So there's a bunch of stationary cannons, which actually, you know, can do a good amount of damage to our ship, and that sucks. So we're gonna blow those up, but in order to protect the anti-aircraft cannons, they're going to, send out a big red ship, because why not? I suppose if you would prefer, I could just go ahead and do the remainder of this run narrating it like if I were Brian. It usually makes a bit more sense if I'm having conversations with people like Stewie, or Peter, or Quagmire, God forbid, or Tom Tucker, but pretty much they're all just members of the Seth MacFarlane voice grouping. It's just kind of what he does. Although, to be fair, I don't think he actually does the greased-up deaf guy. I know he does not do Herbert, and if I could whistle my S's more consistently, that'd be something I would totally be down with doing.
Sorry to disappoint all of y'all out there. I'd like to try to do a little better, but I can't.
Yeah, okay, tell you what, Herbert, please go away because you're scaring Stewie.
It's true, man. He's getting under my nerves.
Alright there, boys, I got some of Mort's famous Epicac here, and now that we've gone through just about all the voices...
Alright. Giggity, giggity, giggity. What's going on?
How about I focus on the game? It's probably a better idea? Maybe? I don't even know. Like I said, there's one last stage where I'm going to be... Why am I hitting the wrong buttons repeatedly? I'm just trying to hit down. That's all I was trying to do. As you can see, those little guys that I keep shooting are like the danger in this stage. But I'm actually setting up for an intentional... Not a death warp. I'm setting up for... well, a death. But the reason for it is because... If I die, like, on this stage, I have to repeat all of this stage. If I die right here, I reappear right here. Now, I unfortunately have a little bit too much in the way of life. So, there we go. Thank you, gentlemen. I'll take the death. That's not a huge problem. Oh, no. Whatever will I do? I'll hit start. And I'm back! Hey, look at that, kids. So, we're on the... I don't know if it's our planet or the enemy home planet or... I don't know, we're on a planet. And here's the Senate building, because they're going to tell you that. There's actually a lot of dialogue they cut out of this game. They also cut out a cut scene where you go and visit the president of the bad guys, who's located, like, directly above you. Like, up here. But, you roll up on him, and you say to him, you know, you're big giant robot, you need to end this war. He says, yeah, I've given up on it, okay. And then he pulls out a gun and shoots himself in the head. That's not a joke, that's a cutscene in the game. But they removed it when they brought it over to the States, because our delicate sensibilities and all that. And I'm not really gonna fault them for that. That's hardcore. That's, oh wow, no, let's not have that happen. Yeah, no. Yeah, that is Hank on my channel, because no one pays attention to me when I'm doing anything. They will only pay attention when Hank is on the channel, because of course they do. Fun fact, and you wouldn't know this without the portraits of all the characters, where everybody is supposed to have, you know, portraits of what they look like. So, you know, personality, different facial expressions, that's all gone. This guy is supposed to be talking to you, talking about how great Gundark is, or Beldark, or something dark. Mr. Belding? Somebody. How great his buddy is, and how you shouldn't try to hurt him, and whatever, and blah blah blah. This guy right here, that's the dude you saved on your ship, way back in the previous stage. He's just very unhappy, and doesn't like you, and, well, that's just whatever. So speaking of bigger robots, how about them apples? Beldark, that's it. So, Beldark's like, yeah, just give me a bigger robot. I think I can work with that. Thank you. And there's a lot of different parts of this guy that you can blow up, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to do just enough so that, as is tradition, I'm going to be able to shoot him in the head. Which is what I'm doing. And timer is almost coming up, because that's really all this boss is going to take. Woohoo. And time! I did say I did say sub 20 for a reason on this one. The game is just tremendously easy. There it was. Well, I think it's very easy. It's, you know, Napalm, as you can see, is just kind of... There's an enemy. Was an enemy. Now he's just straight charcoal. Oh no! Did he survive? There's a bad ending in this game. If you hang out and allow the big giant space station in stage 3. If you hang out for, I think it's 2 minutes, to just run its course and crash into the planet, you allow the extinction level event. ELE, I can't use words. Busta Rhymes named an album after it. I still can't remember it. That happens. And for some odd reason, that also does extra damage to your ship, so when you're done, instead of running back and, oh no, you lived, hooray, I love you, oh no, I love you, well I like pie, who brought that gun? Hey everybody! No. Instead of that happening, you run back to the ship and everyone's dead? I don't understand it, we're just gonna go with it, because reasons, yes, so...
At last, the war is over. The enemy's capital burns slowly to the ground. All of the soldiers look up to the red sky with silence. Their thoughts are no longer on destruction and war, but how they misspelled their whatever. A new future that's filled with promise. My Christopher Walken is getting worse. I apologize for that.
Oh no, how about Kermit the Frog instead? I almost didn't survive this war, but I'm not afraid of what tomorrow brings. Rather, I look towards the hope that comes with the next dawn. Yay!
You can just imagine me flailing my arms wildly. Alright, this was